Something that they're now showing on the news that I got from a very dear friend in Paris, a well-known entertainer, told me that the vaccinated are standing with the unvaccinated together as one powerful force of unity, burning the vaccine papers on the streets of France, all over France. What I want to say to you is that no matter how afraid you are, as I am, as we all are, there's a movement of force of such power that is so dark that we must stand against it. We must, as you've known, as you've already heard of what New York has just done, the most draconian police state in the Americas. How dare they? How dare they? And not to mention, we are a country that was built on the backs of our powerful forefathers who fought for something as simple as a tea tax. But that tea tax represented everything. It represented everything in subjugating their freedom. And yet we can't do the same. I see these people walking around with some who are unmasked, meaning AKA unvaccinated, and some who are masked, meaning AKA, unvaccinated. And there is a divine and conquer agenda that is like an insidious virus. That's the virus. When Black Lives Matter fled across this country and fled right out of the country into the ethers, that was what they were trying to do, a race war, a race riot. And they showed us, happy to show us, how ugly it was. But this is not ugliness, and this is not the same. This is about you standing for your current lineage and the future lineages of your own incarnations. So yes, what you do now may not impact you, but if you allow this unbelievable negative force to do what it's been doing successfully for such a short amount of time, then you are now destined to become a slave. No uncertainty about that. None whatsoever. The culling is upon us. And as I did a video before it, the culling is a divine order. It's in divine order. Yes, it's hard to digest, but many of us are already incarnating into other realms. This is not the only place we incarnate on, folks. It never was. We are the disclosure that we have been looking for. So what I'm trying to say to you is you cannot allow this to go unchecked. The French have been revolutionaries forever. You have to understand, many of them that are on the streets are in their deep 80s who were there during the German occupation. The Nazis weren't even this insane. And that's saying a lot. The Nazis had a curfew, not lockdowns. And that's why these little old ladies and little old men that were 4 to 5 to 12 years old that lived through the Nazi occupation in France know the bullshit. And they're not having it at all. And because we've never been occupied in this beautiful country, we don't understand what that looks like, smells like, feels like. Standing in 4-hour lines for dehydrated carrots. Those are stories from my grandmother. Standing in line forever, 12 hours, Star Wars lines, for sugar and bread and butter. This was real. People sat on the side of the streets doing that. It happened. It happened. It happened. It was real. People were suffering. My grandmother was telling me that they would send chickens from Switzerland. Can you imagine? So, folks, we don't want to go there, and it's already been planned. Many of you are leaving the cities. Many of you are probably packing your shit and leaving the state of New York. I don't blame you. I'd be in a car, and I'd leave most of my shit behind. Everything can be replaced, but that can't be fixed right now. There are some wonderful communities that are being put together, and I'm looking for my own community, my own tribe. And we need to, those of us who know each other, who know who we are to each other, keep each other's addresses and keep each other posted as to where we're moving, where we're going, so that if anything, there's signal lockdown, we make the decisions. Those of us who still live in apartments and those of us who live in cities can go to those who live in the countryside. Seeds, yes. Buy money seeds, much food. And whatever else you're divinely guided to do. Sit in meditation, sit with Pachamama, the great mother, Bhumi Gaia, and ask her for your forgiveness, because we have all been those souls that incarnated before our current consciousness and did what we did. So forgive yourself and forgive and ask for forgiveness. We created this. All of us, sadly. I know. Fuck, right? Fuck. But you know what? We're there on the brink, fingertips touching the light of our new ascension. And we can't be afraid of this material aspect that is coming at us like a tsunami of pure darkness. Trust in the light. Trust in the path. Trust in the power of your voice. You're damn right your voice matters. Namaste. Brothers and sisters, lovers and beloveds, as the Dalai Lama said, you've all been my mother. We are all divine. We have always been divine. So stand in your divinity and trust, trust, trust. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Be in your power. Be and open your heart chakra to love. And all will be as you see it in your mind's eye. So don't fear it. Rewrite the programming into what is to be, what is the promise of this new world. It is so magnificent, so beautiful. We are at the Lion's Gate. We are crossing over so many rivers and bridges. This is a potent time. August 8th of 2021 is a power place for you to sit in meditation and rewrite the course of history into the sublimity, the beauty of this magical time. Aho, dear brothers and sisters. Aho, sending love and power.